So there, folks, welcome back to the Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
I am not
Velerious.
reading off a script.
Okay, I'm pausing. It's fucking hot, Velerious. Oh my god, is it hot today? Fuck, I can't even.
Yes, Sharon, I concur. It is massively hot today. Pat self on back.
Put the script away, man. It's so relevant. Who even wrote that? I didn't. You didn't.
I don't know. It was here.
Someone-
It said read the script.
Someone sent it in. Was it
I'm
from
not.
Was it from Craig Gummersall?
We need to make a prison at some point.
Did it say, guys, plus stick to the script?
Yeah.
From now on.
I mean, this next line actually says, Craig Gummersall is the greatest person ever and did not make a cock-up with his comment. That's the actual quote from the script.
Definitely didn't dislike his own comment. That was quite funny, actually. That was pretty funny. Okay. Oh, God. You know, the wonderful thing about doing this, Velerious, is we don't have to make an effort today. We'll just do some roofing and just melt in the sun.
I mean, the funniest thing is when it gets really, really hot, basically all the thin people just feel what it's like to be fat all the time.
Yeah.
And all the fat people feel like what it's like to be the surface of the sun.
The big problem
essentially.
is pity the YouTubers, guys, because one of the things you have to do when you're filming is close all the windows so that you can't hear all the kids playing outside, having happy, summy,
Which makes the
summer,
room hotter. Then you
sunny.
turn on your PC, and your PC goes, I'm now over 200 degrees, please help!
and then you start filming, and your
Yeah.
PC gets hotter and hotter, and it's just hot air
And they start screaming
in a
at you,
room with no
pop-ups come
ventilation.
up.
Oh,
You go to Jade, we need to film. She's like, there's a
Fucking-
barbecue, guys! And you're like, oh, God.
I'm sweating cobs, man. It's like, why? Why so
well,
warm?
I'm sweating water, but, you know, maybe I'm just normal.
I don't think you're sweating water. It's technically
Salty water.
uric acid.
It's
Velerious.
tears that haven't come out
it's
because I'm a
piss.
man.
It's piss is what
That's
you're
why
sweating.
men sweat more than women. We don't cry as much.
That is worse as well, yeah. We are men, so we sweat so bad.
We sweat tears. Because all the tears that we save up because we're manly men that don't cry, that gets sweated out.
Oh, man.
It's your body's way of crying.
So we need some casual shit to talk about.
That's
'Cause
right.
we're not doing much work today because my brain just isn't in gear, Velerious, so we're just going to do roofing for today.
Okay.
Um,
Should we start a Kickstarter for
well,
towns?
that was one of the things. Kickstarter for Greece is up.
Yeah.
Although by the time this goes out, it's probably going to be over.
No.
Guys, well, it's not even Kickstarter, it's Indiegogo, to
Yeah.
be fair. Some guys try to raise 1.6 billion euros.
Indiegogo is technically the same as Kickstarter. The only difference they have is they have flexible funding instead of fixed funding.
Yeah.
Now, you can choose between the two, but if you go with flexible, any money earned, they keep.
Yeah.
Which means even if they don't hit that target, they don't have to give you anything, and they keep that money. It's a lot less kind of good to invest on Indiegogo, really.
It's pretty cool, though. Already, It's been running for 7 days, and they've raised nearly 2 million euros.
I'm just waiting for all the people to go, I need my money back
Which
now, I'm
is-
sorry, I didn't think you'd make it.
Yeah.
It's totally
It's pretty
gonna happen.
crazy. It's pretty crazy. Crowdfunding is a phenomenal concept because it's like the level of funding you're pledging is actually quite small. €10 is sort of the average that you'd
Exactly.
be putting in, which is like it's like £7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I spent that yesterday on video games. It's like,
Exactly.
it's nothing. But if everyone gives that tiny bit of money, it's huge.
Well, if 2 billion give that money in that
Yeah.
20 billion.
Yeah.
20 billion euro,
Yeah.
which would be enough to solve all of Greece. It would be enough to solve Greece and make them the power of the EU.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. Let's do this, guys. We need to get 200% of that goal.
It's pretty crazy.
Give them enough money to erase every debt they've ever had.
But I like it. I like it when crazy shit makes its way onto these crowdfunding websites.
These interwebs.
The interwebs. The interwebs is a powerful thing, Velerious. It doesn't just have to be about porn and 4chan. It's like it's changing real people's lives.
I don't know that thing you mentioned. If I remember correctly, there was a rule. You don't mention something.
The rule wasn't.
But-
The rule
but
isn't not to mention
You're
4chan.
you're also not meant to mention that rule.
The rule isn't to mention about mentioning 4chan. It's about mentioning a specific something else, which
No,
I didn't mention.
that's
Velerious.
4chan.
I don't think it is.
It is.
It's
It's don't mention it, and then the other rule was don't mention the
don't
rule.
mention rule 1. Yeah.
Don't tell them what rule it was. Now people go up and search rule 1. You
Good luck.
literally told everyone the rule.
How many of the rules do you actually remember?
Quite a few actually.
Rule 34 is obvious.
Yeah.
If there's porn of it, it exists. No exceptions.
What was the other one? Rule 72 or something?
One of the rules is there are no girls on the internet.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a rule that long cat is law, and then the next rule is on.
Yeah.
So that was a rule. What 2 rules? One rule was, at some point, somewhere, a child has been molested.
Is it? Is that one of the rules?
It's a very deep rule.
I don't remember that one. Oh, one rule is OP is a faggot.
Yeah. One rule was, if there's a thing that exists, there's a female version of that thing as well.
Yeah, probably.
Because that became a thing. So, like, if Ash Ketchum exists, you have a female Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
Which there are Ash Ketchums with boobs.
Yeah, I can see how that exists.
But you are now throwing off every single fan we will ever get, because they'll be like, oh, you're from that side of the internet.
I'm not from there.
Where the dark trolls are, that live in their basements.
I can't remember the last time I went to 4chan. In fact, no, I can't remember the last time. It was just after the Pony Wars, when the horse board got brought in, and...
I think I went there the other day.
Yeah.
It's not gone downhill, or uphill, or anything.
It's just always the same, isn't it?
It's
And
still
it's just
the same.
As much as I like, there's a lot of good humour on there, but you have to sift through so much shit to get to it.
But there's also a lot of bad things on there, kids, and we don't recommend anyone under the age of at least 42 goes there.
I don't recommend anyone goes there. It's like, you know what they say, you can't unsee things, Velerious.
If you fit any of these categories, do not go there. If you are within the age of 0 to 110, if you are a boy, a girl, or a thing, don't go there.
Human or
if
furry.
you are any kind of race at all, human,
if you're
elven,
alive, or even if you're
dwarven,
dead.
if you are on the moon, or the Earth, or Mars, or any planet. In fact, the only reason you would ever go there is if you are the kind of person who still uses the Tor browser.
Well, it's not really a browser, is it?
That's what it's called.
Is there an actual browser now you can use? Holy shit.
You download it and you have to do loads of proxy shit.
Yeah, you have to do all the fucking shit to get onto Tor in the first place.
And then basically it's in an Explorer with no tracking, which is like, I'd rather be tracked and have Google Chrome.
Yeah, but it's like, if you want access to certain parts of the internet, you're going to need Tor.
But
we don't need access to that sort of shit, Velerious.
You mean like the My Little Pony games we play? The police will find them one day.
Crazy.
So you're saying he shot 12 people? Yes, and there's also pony stuff all over his computer.
Do you reckon there is pony shit on there? I've never bothered. It's too much work, so I've never really bothered getting onto Tor and looking at any of the deep websites. I'm not even been to the Silk Road.
You don't need to.
Not even out of curiosity.
I've been there.
Did you hear about the robot they put on there, though?
No.
These guys from a university, I think, they made just a program that they gave it a wallet, like a virtual wallet, and every month they gave it like $25 or whatever, and let it just look for things and buy whatever it wanted off the Silk Road.
Yeah.
Okay. And then everything that it buys gets sent to them, sort of thing. And they keep all the things, and they're planning on making an exhibit at this museum of like all the stuff it had bought as like an art project. But one of the things it happened to buy were some ecstasy tablets, which they then had to hand over to the police because they were genuine ecstasy tablets that it bought off the Silk Road. It's bought all sorts of crazy shit off there.
I went on there when it first started, right? And to be honest, I was on there for like all of 2 seconds because it looks like a Craigslist kind of thing, yeah. And I was like, well, considering how good Craigslist is,
exactly.
It's like you shouldn't trust any of this crap, really.
No, I mean, don't trust anyone on the internet, man.
There
Jesus
is
Christ.
the possibility that you could get something
That's like
out of it, but
rule number one of like life.
No, life doesn't have rules. Rule number one of life is
life would be a lot easier if it did have rules.
Rule number one is try to live.
You have to make your own rules.
Rule number two is if you failed rule number one, you're probably dead.
So, I watched Kingsman this morning.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
I can only remember certain bits of it because when I watched it, it was like
pissed?
5 a.m. in the morning after 4 beers around Jade's place.
4 beers. By that, it means you had 10 on.
No, it was 4 hobgoblins.
Divide by 2.
Which, interesting enough, I noticed someone posted in the Yogscast Reddit about a hobgoblin beer, the fiery ginger beer.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my god, which one? This is amazing. And they're all like jizzing over its website and everything.
Yeah.
Scott didn't realise that apparently David Cameron swapped his favourite beer, which was a hobgoblin.
Yeah. Well, he claimed that. I don't think it's his favourite beer. I think it's the fact that his constituency is Putney, which is where the Witchwood Brewery is. He's probably never fucking drank a bottle of Hobgoblin in his life, because he's a smoke prick.
Or he's drunk it in a small wine glass. And he's gone, this champagne tastes rather off, darling.
With a straw and an umbrella.
Darling, fetch me the lime and the liver cleaner.
So, going back to the posh people thing, Kingsman. Yeah. Oh my god, I was impressed by how good that film was. I expected it to be sort of pretty crap, and it wasn't. It was quite good, actually.
I told you it was good.
It was quite good. I think I like the fact that it's sort of tongue-in-cheek. It's not quite It's because it's like James Bond, but it's quite it's not very serious.
Yeah.
And they even talk about it, like Colin Firth and Samuel L. Jackson, their characters talk about how they like the older spy movies where it doesn't have to be feasible.
Yeah.
It just has to be a good story. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see that. It's nice to see something that you go, okay, yeah, it could be a load of bollocks, and it's, clearly this is never going to happen. But it was awesome. I don't want to do too many spoilers, but that scene in the church was fucking amazing.
It is pretty new.
It was just
the problem.
That was one hell of a well-directed action sequence. I was watching that and I was like, this must have took some choreography.
There was a bit, right? Let me mime this bit out for you and see if you understand which one it is. Where he grabs someone and like slams them, and it's like it looks like his body just.
Yeah.
And basically, everyone around James was just like, oh, Jesus, oh.
It reminded me, the intricacy of it reminded me of the famous lobby scene from The Matrix. That was quite an intricate action scene, but better sort of thing. And I think the only thing that sort of really let it down for me was the CGI blood again. It's like, if that had been squibs, it'd have been amazing.
Nowadays, though, everyone just goes for CGI.
But it's
cheap.
Everything about it was quite, old school, except for the CGI. Because they've done some areas CGI brilliant, like the woman with the legs, the woman who's like, she's not an amputee in real life, but she's wearing amputee blades.
Yeah.
Which are, I just assumed she was an amputee, and I went and looked it up and realised she was, just an able-bodied person. I was like, holy shit. Which means that was CGI. I was like, which means that's presumably green screen. She'll be wearing like green
boots.
Yeah, essentially green boots. But it just seems like such a waste when they could have just got an amputee instead. Yeah. It's like, surely there's amputees out there who would still do martial arts and stuff.
No.
Especially on them blades.
Not really, not anymore.
You can do pretty cool shit with them blades, man. They're way better than real legs.
I mean, you say this.
The moment they stopped trying to make them look like legs and started trying to make them work like legs, they were onto something pretty fucking good.
The minute they said, don't make them look like legs, attach blades to them, everyone in history went, this is genius. So you're saying, I've lost my arm. Yes, but we can glue a sword on it. Yeah. Oh my god! Think of the possibility. Opening cans. Yeah. Done. Opening that favourite Pepsi you've got.
I think it was really good, and that character Gazelle is probably just such a brilliantly designed character.
That'd actually be pretty amazing. Just
it was nice.
The limbs.
Yeah, her final action scene with the breakdancing was just incredible. I really liked that. It was a very, very fulfilling action film. Like Demolition Man. It's one of those films that I think I'm always probably going to like that. If I watch it again a few years down the line, I'll probably still think it's a pretty good film.
My nose is sweating.
I know, my nose is sweating as well. My eyebrows are fucking sweating. That's how fucking hot it is.
It's really annoying.
I literally haven't moved for about 5 minutes.
The annoying thing as well, is, right, our eyebrows meant to protect your eyes from the sweat. Well, and in turn, they sweat. thus making tiny rivers. Because they're collecting all the sweat.
It only works up to a certain point. But the point is they furrow it away from your eyes for the most part.
And then just pour oceans in there later on.
It's so hot, man. What the fuck is this shit? I hate summer.
The thing is, you got to remember as well, those people watching now who are going, ha ha ha, silly British people. We don't really have much heat over here.
I noticed it was held up and it's got out of stone.
We don't really have much heat over here. In fact, the most heat we have is possibly you walk into a shop and the doors have been shut a bit long and it's a bit warm.
It doesn't get too hot very often, is the point.
And in all honesty, most of the stuff we do get over here is hot at like 1 PM in the morning and then suddenly just freezes up like quickly into a rain shower or something.
Our weather is very changeable. People say the Brits talk about weather a lot, and the reason for that is just because our weather changes a lot. It's not like somewhere like Australia where it's just hot all the goddamn time. Yeah. Or somewhere like Iceland where it's cold pretty much all the goddamn time.
We don't have that kind of thing though where
it's like here it changes rapidly.
I said in Greece.
It could be raining by tonight. It could be snowing by tonight, basically. It's perfectly feasible.
In Greece, you have this nice way of thinking about it where you go, right, well, summers are fucking hot, massively hot, and winters are freezing cold. Yeah. But over here, sometimes that can mix up.
But it's like, it's pretty consistent in most countries.
Wake up on Christmas Day, absolutely baking. What the fuck?
When I was little, in fact, I can't remember if you were born at this point. It might be before you were born. It snowed in June. Yeah. Like 2 weeks into June, and it snowed. And it was like, what the fuck is going on?
This is why the British talk about weather. Yeah. And we're also seen as quite ignorant, because talking about weather is not something normal people do.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as I say, probably because there's no need to, because it's just consistent, isn't it?
I was reading on this site about it, and apparently a lot of people who are foreign that come to us think that we're just kind of like being boring by speaking about the weather.
The thing that makes it something British people talk about a lot is because it's an easy conversation starter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are in England. The weather's probably pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And you can go, fuck me, it's really hot or really cold, and start a conversation.
Last night, it got to around about midnight, okay, and a thunderstorm started where Jade was. And over here, it was baking hot.
Yeah.
And it's like midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight, it's red hot.
And she's only like 3 hours drive away.
So
It's
then,
not like it's
about
miles.
About 2 hours afterwards, after we watched a film, right, the thunderstorm hit here.
Yeah.
And she was baking hot. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's 2 a.m. in the morning. She's red hot over where she was. She was like texting me, just going, I'm sweltering in bed. It's so warm. And I was just like, yeah, over here, it's flashing through my
The reason, by the way, it's such a popular subject is because it's a conversation starter that works no matter what gender you are.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you want to start a conversation with someone, right, and you're a bloke and they're a bloke, you've got 2 nice, easy topics to go to.
Nice tits.
No. You don't go to a bloke and go, nice tits, do you?
Oh, sorry. Nice penis. And you usually do it in the urinal.
Only if you're in the urinal.
Stood
and
next
even
to him,
then,
peering at his penis.
you're going to get knifed.
And he looks
basically.
at you.
You what, mate? Is the reply to that question.
You what, mate? And you go,
No, but you go,
saying my penis is nice, isn't
your
it?
conversation options are football or cars. And we don't like either of them, so that's pretty bad. So that's why your weathers you fall
There's
back.
actually a third one.
What?
Alcohol.
Maybe.
Because
in the
quite
right
a
situation.
lot of people do alcohol.
And if you're a woman, I presume it's shoes and handbags.
Wow, that's
nice
excellent.
shoes, nice handbags. You know.
No, generally it's, that boy's a right dick, innit? Yeah, proper bellend.
What sort of women are
usually
you
what
talking to, Velerious? Is
Every
this what they
woman.
say to you whenever you approach them?
Says the man who hasn't approached a woman in about 17 years. Oh,
17 years?
Zing! Zing! Even then it was your mum. Oh.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. I
Double
approached
zing.
my own mum, Velerious,
And haven't
trying
since.
to chat her up. Attempted to talk about the weather, got shot down.
Hi, mum. Lots of weather aside, innit? I will go out with you.
Hi, mum. Nice penis.
And to that she responded, thanks. I grow it every day.
Shit, there's another merchant. Oh my god, stop laughing, it's making the room warmer.
We need to stop being jolly and happy, guys. Gonna have to go back into the British mood of being British. I want that thing at the bottom.
Ooh, the lightning. We'll get one of them.
We can sell it 15 buttons.
No, we'll just buy the lightning. Fuck it.
That guy
I'm
wanted
actually
was
lightheaded now, Velerious. I think I might pass out for a bit. So if I do, just take over. Nobody will notice. They can't tell us apart anyway.
Okay then.
Hello, my name is Sharon. Would you
My
like
name is Sharon.
Would you
I
like
bought
to
the
see me do
lightning.
some towns? Valeria, shut up, you fucking idiot.
Wow.
And that's how
Why
it
am I
always
like an
goes.
old man from the
No,
countryside?
that'd be more like, oh, Hilarious! Shut your fucking head! You fucking dick!
You bastard.
Sitting in this chair!
Back
It's
in
right
my
on!
day.
And then-
I can't even find the soldiers. Oh my god! I don't even. I
Man.
literally don't even. Who needs a weapon?
Weapon!
Should we give Ulrich Bricks the lightning
Holy shit,
for his
yeah.
guard duties?
And it's blue, matches his hat.
yeah.
Ooh, Plaguebringer. I didn't realise we
Oh,
had
someone
one
swapped the lightning for the Plaguebringer.
yeah.
Bastards!
Right, now we need to
It
get
was
into a
him.
purple
It was
hat.
the fucking
Barbarian?
It was the
Are
barbarian.
you fucking
Velerious.
kidding me? Oh my balls.
What a bellend!
Well,
Walter de Bellend as well.
Yeah,
it
Walter
was
de
actually
Bellend.
him.
I am Walter de Bellend.
He's going to lose that because he doesn't even wear armor. Although he has got some armor. I thought they didn't wear armor.
No, they were.
Oh, maybe it's that guy that don't wear armor.
Yeah, because he turns into a bear, except hats. He can wear hats.
Hats.
Hats!
Hats. And this guy doesn't even have anything yet. Is he going to come and take the...
Has a rogue just taken it?
Yes, I don't know what he swapped it for.
Go to Ulrich Bricks and look what you can equip.
How might Ulrich?
Is there?
Another
Plaguebringer.
Plaguebringer. Well, I'll just go get a Plaguebringer, Ulrich. I'm not even... Where are you? Is he in bed?
Yeah.
No, he's not. That's
No.
Brunhild and Leal and Forthwind. Where are you, Ulrich, and why are
He's
you
there,
not...
he's going to run in. Yep.
He was obviously up to something.
He was just sat there just looking at all the pork. Yeah, let's check
He's
this
still
off,
wearing
what's
his
this
diorite
and
axe. So somebody has taken that
this?
Plaguebringer.
He swapped it with something, hasn't he?
But what?
I don't know. Have a check on Ulrich again.
I'm trying. I can't even function right now. Another Plaguebringer. Ulrich,
So
go put that sodding Plaguebringer on. Where are you even going? Where is the Plaguebringer? Ulrich. Oh, someone moved it to a weapon
I
rack.
see. Fucking hell.
Ugh. It's warm.
It's very warm.
I'm just gonna have to keep pointing that out because
This is what British people do. when we mention it is warm quite a lot, it's on that Twitter page, Very British Problems.
It's so very British problems.
And
I do like that Twitter
When
page.
you say it is warm quite a lot, it basically means, I am cooking, and this is unusual.
Yes.
It's like loads of translations on there. Like, I like the one that was something like, that sounds like a good idea, and that means I will never try this idea in my life.
It's a pretty good Twitter account.
Or, I don't want to keep you, which basically means fuck off, please,
Yeah.
for the fuck's sake.
It's time for you to leave
Yeah.
now.
Because you get so many people come around your house and speak, you're just like, I don't want to keep you, and they're like, no, it's okay, mate.
Yeah.
You're just like, that's not how this works.
But you can
now
also
realise that people are-
sort of yawn, glance at the clock on the mantelpiece, and then tap your watch to see if it's still working.
Yeah,
Might give him the hint.
that's a bit too kind of olden day
Oh,
British.
is he? Right. So when did that guy even turn up? I don't know. He's snuck in at some point without us knowing. He's in the dwarf room. So the dwarf room is valid,
But it also means that we might not get a dwarf in
but we
there.
didn't get a dwarf.
Maybe it's not
we-
low enough.
I don't know.
Maybe it needs to be lower. I said that to you. Let's build on the bottom floor, right next to the next window.
We could just build another one
Yeah.
lower down later on.
We could just build an entire compound of hero things down there. Because if all the heroes are in the dungeon, and the monsters come out, they'll let all the heroes. She's
That is
brilliant.
true, but also the heroes might starve to death if they have to come back to town for food, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, but that gets rid of heroes for us.
Well, true.
New heroes are come, they're not as hard to get as citizens and things like that.
Yeah, but you want to sort of... The hard part is getting them up to high levels, because we lost our high-level elf, do you remember, Tia?
Yeah, but he was a bit poo.
Which was a bit annoying.
Look
Although
at
some
the
of them,
knight, though.
some of these guys are pretty high level,
Look at the knight's weapon,
to be fair.
right?
The knight's weapon is an iron short sword.
Yeah. It looks
He
like
will
a
pick
tiny
up some
penis.
gear at some point, but it's just waiting for him to do so.
It looks like a tiny penis.
We need to actually have some gear for him to build. Right, I'm just going to put this last line of roof in Velerious, and then we'll call it.
Okay. I see that the heat has already started making us gassy as well.
I know, I'm just roasting. I'm slowly cooking from the inside.
Because your body starts trying to
And the worst thing is, that's a siege,
Yeah.
and on top of that, after this, I've got to go upstairs and film in my room, which means I have to shut my window, which
that's
means my room is like an oven, basically. So that's going to be pretty bad.
The minute you go, I'm opening the doors, the windows.
I think it will be a shirtless one.
I'm going
Velerious.
to lay on the floor. Like Yummy Mash.
Yeah. Shirtless.
Yummy Mash.
I don't
British
like
YouTubers.
being shirtless, but sometimes it's unavoidable.
It's unavoidable. You have to let your pale skin shine.
Yeah. My pale, pasty, flabby gamer body.
You take it off, someone's looking up at your window, a light just emits from your body, and they go, ah! Their eyeballs just melt into goop.
I'm too old to walk around shirtless, Velerious.
Nah, you're never too old to walk around shirtless.
I don't have
Getting
a
older is like
sexy body like I did when I was younger.
Getting older is a license to walk around without a shirt.
I
Because
don't-
everyone starts
Yeah.
to stop thinking it's creepy and start thinking it's cute the older you get.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
Because if you're an
I
old
remain
man, that
unconvinced.
hits, if you're an old man that hits on a girl, usually you get seen as more cute than creepy. Where if you're just a guy
Really?
who's just like sat there doing something,
It sounds like bollocks, man.
Really?
It sounds like actual bollocks.
Psychological stuff, man.
Psychological bollocks.
Because women find old people adorable.
No, they don't.
They do.
This is utter bollocks. Women
They
say
do.
they like old people so that they can marry rich old people and steal all their monies.
But rich old people are cool.
Like that chick who married the oil guy, who was
Oil
like
guy?
90 years old. Yeah,
He was just covered in oil.
he was.
She was very slippy in bed.
She was called Anna Nicole Smith. She was a Playboy bunny, and he was like some rich oil tycoon. But he was like 90, and she was like in her 20s, and it was blatantly obvious that she was marrying him so that when he died, she'd have all his money. But you know, what can you do?
Well, as long as he had a good send off.
Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure she ended up nicely rich out of it, but she probably did have to bonk an old guy for a while.
Well,
So there is that.
it's the perils of having to go with an old
But, you know,
person. You have to bonk him.
Well paid for it, so there you go.
Let's get some coffee done.
Right, and on that note, Velerious,
We need to
what-
change over to cows next time.
yeah, we should do that at some point. The pigs are getting a little bit eaten.
Yeah.
We'll make that transition next time, unless it's hot, in which case we'll just do some more roofing.
Run out of pigs. Starve.
I know.
End of town. It's too hot.
It's
Sorry.
too hot.
Sorry.
We should take the summer off, man, but then people would abandon us.
Yeah, we're not tag.
Yeah.
Oh.
Burn!
Zing!
And yet they still have more subs than we do.
Yes.
Sad times. Okay.
Well, they're
pause
losing
and
it
cancel.
slowly.
Yeah, well, they did split up, which
Yeah.
didn't help. It's just not the same, is it, man?
They weren't there for 2 summers, which lost them about 75% of their subs,
Mm.
and then they split up, which lost them 75% each. It
Yeah. That was pretty bad times.
was pretty wank times, babes.
Swank times.
Wank times.
Anyway, Let's leave it, Valerious. If you want to say bye-bye to everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
And we're going to go sit in a nice ice cold bath. See you next time, guys. Bye.